Hi, welcome to mathsheaven.co.uk. I'm Zoe Baker and I'm Managing Director and a lecturer with Maths Heaven. Today I'm going to talk to you about online maths tuition via WizIQ. Okay, the contents of what we're going to talk about today. Firstly, what is WizIQ? I'm going to give you a quick rundown on what that is. What does WizIQ look like? What equipment do you need? What are the benefits of online tuition? And how safe is online tuition? That's going to lead me into a demonstration tutorial that you can have a look at to see how it's really put in practice. So what is WizIQ? It's online private or group tuition via a website, wiziq.com. It provides an online interactive whiteboard, as demonstrated here in the centre of the screen, and it also has webcam and chat facilities, as you can probably see at the right hand side of the screen. You can upload teaching resources and you can schedule classes via WizIQ. The good thing about WizIQ is that it records the class and makes it available for review by both the tutor, the student and parents and guardians. So, what does WizIQ look like? Here's a screenshot of what WizIQ looks like to the teacher. Okay, just to go along the top line here, you have a file button and edit similar to what you have in Word. You have undo and redo. You have content upload button for tutors only. You have media upload button here for YouTube videos. You have a sharing screen option, and there is a poll for a tutor. You may want to ask your tutees a question. Keeping on going along that top line, we find out who is actually logged in at the moment. They've got access to the interactive whiteboard. This person hasn't got their webcam or their microphone turned on. However, you can toggle these on and off when you get into the WizIQ interface. Just underneath here is the list of attendees in the class. Elizabeth is in the room at the moment. She has her webcam turned on, her microphone turned off, and I've allowed her as teacher to access the interactive whiteboard. Just down the side here you have a selection of tools similar to what you might find in Microsoft Paint. You have a move selection. You've got this pointer arrow, which I'm actually currently using to point at items on the screen. You've got a pen tool. It's a freehand tool. I'm just going to demonstrate that for you quickly. I am using a graphic pen and tablet, but I'm going to talk to you about those in a moment. Okay, I've just used the pen to write on the screen, welcome to Maths Heaven. I also have an option of the text tool, which I can type. Spell it wrong, to Maths Heaven. And I can increase the size of that font as much as I like. I can highlight it. And I have a number of other options like bold, italic and underline. Okay, underneath the text box button there are some shapes buttons, rectangle, circle and line, and some other more unusual shapes here. Just demonstrate those for you. The next box down is a graph paper box. If I just move on to a different whiteboard, I'll show you how that works. I can select the area that I want to be graph paper, And then I can use that graph paper just like I would if it was a real piece of graph paper. So I draw my axes. Then I use the freehand button to plot points however I want to do it. Okay, this next button down here is an erase button, and there's some more unusual shapes in this box here. So I'm just going to erase some of my page just to show you how that works. I also have a delete shape button, so I can use this tool to delete everything on the screen that I've done so far. I can draw some happy smiley faces if I want to. I can also, if it's a normal regular shape like a rectangle or a circle, I can fill it with a different colour, I can choose the outline colour, and I can change the thickness of the outline. Okay, onto the chat feature. There is a chat feature on the right hand side here, and you can talk to your students who are in attendance using this chat box down at the bottom. You can, if you're doing a group tutorial, you can select whether to send a message to a specific student or to all students. Okay, down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen you have a pause button to pause the recording of the lesson. Then you have elapsed time, so that you can tell how long you've been going for. And the next button is a stopwatch picture. That's so that you can extend the lesson by 5, 10, 15 minutes. The lesson will give you a 5-minute warning to let you know when it's going to finish. If you want to, you can extend it just to make sure that everything's finished up and ready for next session. Okay, this is the demo tutorial screen that the tutee will see. It's very similar to that the tutor uses. It's got the same features along the top line. One's missing. The student cannot upload content. They also can't carry out a poll. You'll notice those buttons are missing. They have the same tools down the left hand side of the screen, and they have the same indicators to show who's in the classroom, whether their webcam and all their microphone and interactive whiteboard is allowed, and the chat facility is at the bottom. You'll notice that the student can't pause the recording of the session, but they can see how long it's been going on for. So what equipment do I need? First of all, you'll need a PC or a Mac. Secondly, you need a broadband connection. It is very helpful for a tuition if you have a webcam. But the most essential piece of equipment is the headset and with the added microphone. You can use a microphone that's inbuilt onto your machine. However, to use the headset does help with cutting out the exterior noise. You don't need any special software, and you don't need to install anything onto your machine at home, so nothing is stored there. It's all stored via the WizIQ.com website. So that's kind of handy when it's video and you want to review it. You can go back and log in and review any tutorials that you've had. Some people choose to use a graphics tablet and pen. I'm using one right now. I'm using a Wacom Bamboo tablet and pen. There are other ones on the market, however I find that this one has the greatest accuracy. It plugs into your computer via USB port, and you can install the drivers to add other features that are quite useful if you're an artist. It is suitable for PC or Mac. They do cost approximately £60 new, but we will loan you one for a returnable deposit of £30. We do advise that if you decide to go with a graphics tablet and pen, you practice writing maybe for an hour or so beforehand so that you can get the full advantage of it. You may find that you like it more than you like a mouse. Certainly I do. I use mine all the time. On the other hand, you don't have to use a graphics tablet or a pen. A regular mouse is fine. There is the text tool that you can use to write anything on the interactive whiteboard, and the chat facility you can also use to chat with your tutor. So what are the benefits of online private tuition? Firstly, learners can have access to private tuition. It's quite difficult to get tuition sometimes, depending on where you live, and the cost can be expensive. Online tuition means that there is no travelling to the tutor's home, and the tutor doesn't have to travel to your home. This results in lower tuition costs. The tutor can access all their teaching resources immediately, which is a real benefit. Sometimes, in my experience of face-to-face tuition, you might decide that you want a textbook or a past paper and you know it's at home. That means there's a week delay between finding these resources suitable for the learner. If I'm working on my computer, I know that I can find that resource within seconds and upload it or email it to my student. Finally, the learner needs to feel safe, comfortable and at ease when learning. Online tuition allows you to teach from home, it also allows you to learn from home, and you can sit in your familiar surroundings and feel comfortable and safe. How safe is online tuition? All Maths Heaven tutors are CRB checked. Learners can only attend the class by invitation. That means that nobody can wander in, surf in off the internet and have a nosy about, see what you're doing. Parents and guardians can attend the class too. You just need to let us know so that we can invite you by email. All online classes are recorded, stored and available to watch again. WizIQ stores these online and you can watch them repeatedly. This is really good if you're a tutee and you want to just check back to see a method or an explanation, or just to get a recap of what the homework was. If you book a series of lessons with Maths Heaven, you can get a private classroom on mathsheaven.co.uk. Those classrooms are password protected and you'll be able to see your bookings for the lessons in the future, and you can see exactly what is planned to be studied in those lessons. Those classrooms are password protected, so nobody else can wander in and have a look at what you've been doing. As a general rule, we don't recommend that any learner under 16 should be allowed to use the internet unsupervised by a parent or guardian. However, at Maths Heaven, we feel pretty sure that WizIQ is the best way for tuition to take place in the comfort of your own home. Okay, that concludes our introduction tutorial. My name is Zoe Baker. I am the Managing Director and Maths Tutor with mathsheaven.co.uk. My Skype ID is ZoeBaker78 and you can email me on zoe@mathsheaven.co.uk. You can subscribe to our mailing list or our forum, and you can access our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. My profile is also to be found on LinkedIn. Thanks for watching. Now go to our demonstration tutorial to see how it's all put into practice.